Hey everyone, it's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning. I have got a special video for you today. I'm going to be giving you a behind the scenes look at how I create my planner collages for social media, how I break them down, and how I use Planoly to help me visually plan out my different sections of my collage and schedule them and have them set to automatically post on my social media accounts. So I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look plus a little tutorial so that you guys can use this same method for your social media stuff. So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe and all that good jazz, and we'll get right into it. Alright guys, I'm going to give you a time-lapse look at how I created my planner collage for this week and how I break it down, and then we'll swap over to the banner section, and then I'll get into the actual how-tos of uploading to Planoly, and then on into the real meat of the tutorial. So enjoy! Alright, so I'm going to slow things down now, and I'm going to show you how I turn this Photoshop file into a JPEG and then break it down into the individual sections and then upload into Planoly. So I'm just saving the Photoshop to a JPEG, and once it's done, I'm going to drag the photo back into Photoshop as a separate file. And you can see I already have guidelines on here. So I'm going to use the slice tool and use the aspect ratio of 1:1, so it's a square. And I'm going to create slices for the individual sections. I use the same process in the full collage that I'm using in this banner. Then we're going to export, save for web, and I always go to the original tab, fit in view, and I'm holding down shift to select the sections, and then we're going to set it to a PNG. You can do JPEG too, and then we're going to save it, make sure it's going in the right location. And when you save these slices, it automatically creates an image folder in wherever you're putting it. So I'm just adding my name at the front of it for, web upload purposes, and you just hit save, and it crops it all into individual slices for you, so you don't have to do that. I'm going to pull over my folder so you can see how I did this for the collage. And sometimes it creates these weird temp files. You can just delete those. You don't need that. But you see how it does it as individual sections. And it's very time-saving method right there with the slice tool. So now I'm just opening up Planoly, and I've already got the collage section in here. This is the banner section, and I'm just adding to my grid, and I'm gonna upload these. I'll get more into like what all Planoly does next, but this is just showing you this process of uploading these. And it gives you the option of if you upload multiples, it gives you the option to do it as a carousel post or as individual posts. So once all three are in here, I'm going to say upload as 3 posts instead of a carousel so that they can be individual. And then I'm just going to drag these around to where I need them. Now you see I've got 3 little blank black squares. Those are just kind of like my placeholders for when I'm separating my collages, but it's all separate and it's a visual planner, very handy. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at how Planoly works. What is Planoly? Planoly is an app for your Android devices and for your iOS devices. So you can get it on your phones, your tablets, your iPad. And then there's also this version. This is the web version. And my dog's grunting at me. You're going to want to use a combination of both. The app is really handy to have on your phone or your iPad, but the web version is really handy for, honestly, it's easier for typing out your captions and planning things, and your view is bigger. You can also use this web version on your iPad or your tablet. If you go to like Google Chrome or Safari or something like that and choose the desktop version, you'll get this same format. So it's different than using the app on your phone. So you can still use this look on your iPad. So I've done that too. It's very handy. So how this works is it's a visual planner, so you can lay out all kinds of posts. You can see that I do my planner collages in these 9 grids and then have like a banner section to separate it. And Planoly lets you view a certain amount of posts that have already been shared. Depending on what plan you use, I think it allows you to see different amounts versus like a free version versus a paid plan. But as far as unscheduled posts, you can see you've got this little U here. That means it's unscheduled. You can have like hundreds and hundreds of those. Those are unlimited. But as far as viewing things that have already gone out, that is determined by the plan, I believe. So this is this is what I use to plan out my collages. You know, you saw me break it down in Photoshop and then upload it here, and you know, you can move things around if you need to reschedule. So if you're not doing it in a collage, you know, not everyone does that. Most people don't do that. So you can move them around however you want. You can see this as if it was on Instagram. It's kind of like the look of it. And then over here, you get the calendar view, and you can do it in a month or in the week. And you can see what went out. And you can, this is a fairly newish thing. You can add notes. So you can see on my calendar, I've got, you know, on Mondays, I do my planner collages, and on Fridays, I do my digital plan with me videos, and Saturdays is my shop the collage thing, and then I always do something like in between. So you can add notes to your calendar if you're planning ahead, with a title, description. You can set a date, you can color code it if that helps, and then those will show up here. And then you also see that I've got some things on here that happen from Planoly, and that's in your settings. You can do social events, so you can turn these on and off depending on, you know, what you want to show up on your calendar. And this is really handy, I think, because it, you know, if it's holidays, you can plan out, like, for instance, the week of the 18th, since Inauguration Day is on the 20th, I think that collage is going to be like a patriotic theme. So that helps me plan that out. And then this tutorial is going out on National Technology Day. I figured that's a good time to do that. And I wouldn't have known it was National Technology Day if it wasn't on the Planoly calendar. So that's pretty handy. And a new thing that I actually just discovered is you can set your first day of the week. They didn't used to have that. I like my first day of the week to be Monday, because then my weekend's together. So you can change that. This is your grid, and we're in the plan tab up here at the top, so you can see that. You also have a draft section, so you can create these different draft folders if you want to plan out things like, like I have a YouTube draft folder here, so it's things that I've created. Like I can add a screenshot of something that I have a screen recording, for instance. I don't use the draft section as much as I used to, because I use Airtable to plan out my spreads. Maybe one day I'll do a tutorial on that, because that's extremely intensive what I do on Airtable. So that's a whole different thing. But so your draft section, you can, plan things out that way. And if you load things up in a draft folder, you can select it and tell it to move to your grid so you can plan it out. So you can create different things. Like, let's say you want different categories of post types. You can create a draft folder for your different categories, and then upload, your images into those, and then send them to your grid to plan them out. Up here, you've got your stories. So this is Instagram stories. You can add to your stories by going here, or by clicking on, like, you can alternate up here between grid and stories there. And you've got a plus sign. So see, I've thrown in some of my Etsy listing graphics that I can use for, for planning out stories. And let's see what else. There's some filters you can use. I don't really use those, but you can. Hashtags, you can set up designated hashtag groupings, which is fun. And then if you're writing a caption, you can just click add, and it'll go to it. So let's see. Get back in your place. Okay, I was like, why does that look so weird? So let's take a look at doing a post here. So if I wanted to write my caption, it's here. Now I'm on a paid plan, and I'll look at those in a second, but I'm on a paid plan, so you may see things that are different on yours than on mine. But I currently have my Instagram account connected and a Facebook account connected. I don't have Twitter connected, but you can. That's a fairly new thing. So when you write out your caption, it just goes there. You can schedule it here. They've got a quick schedule thing, which shows some suggested times based off of like the best time to post based off your, what Instagram thinks is your best time. So you can play around with those. You can add a custom one. Like let's say you want to post at 12 o'clock every day. You can add that time slot so that you could easily just click it. And so if you click one of these, then it's going to be like, oh, there you go. You're scheduled for Wednesday at 10. I mean, that's probably when this will go out, actually. So you would just toggle these on for what you wanted to automatically post. And depending on your plan, if you have a personal account on Instagram, you can't automatically post. We'll get into that. Don't worry. That's coming. But this is where you tell it to auto post if your plan has that feature. If not, you can schedule it, and there's still a way to use this on the free version with the personal account, all that. You can tag users. You can do your the first comment if that may be on a paid plan though. We'll look into that. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I like to put my hashtags in my first comment. Not everyone does that. You can put them in your regular caption, but those hashtag groupings I was telling you about, you click here and you can just say add, and then all those hashtags are there, and it keeps up with how many characters you can use, how many hashtags. You can only do 30 hashtags, so you can edit these, you can take these out, you can add more than one grouping, and then we'll just load this up just so you can see this. Once you get too many, it turns red, and then you know how many you have to take out. So there's that. You can type your comments there. This is a new thing where you can link it. This is actually, I think this is on the free plan. The link thing. So if you want to link back to a blog post or a website or something, that's a whole other thing. If you guys want to know more about the link it, I can do another video. Just let me know, but that's a whole other thing. If you plan something out but then want to swap out the image, that's right here under edit. You can swap out the image, you can download your image, you can crop it, you can add filters, all that's here. So that's pretty much it with writing your captions and scheduling. So let's look at that. No, I didn't save that. What else? Okay, so you can link your social accounts under your profile, and let's see. Okay, so here's where you can link it, and mine may look different from you because I'm also a team member for other accounts, so that's where this would show up. But here's where you can link your social media accounts, and let's take a look at the different pricing plans and what you can and cannot link. Let's see. I pulled up these for you. Okay, so here's a breakdown of some of the different plans. Like you can see, I'm on the solo plan right now. You can get a free plan, and it allows you to link an Instagram and a Pinterest, and I think Facebook and Twitter's like all automatically included in that, or maybe Twitter. Okay, no, that's on the solo plan. Okay, so the basic one is the free one. You can it limits you to 30 uploads a month and per profile, and have one user. You can do photos. You can see your 5 latest comments, basic analytics, and the link it thing. That's great if you also have a shop. that you want to link somewhere else, or a blog post or something like that. Like I said, if you want a whole other video on that, we can do that. The solo plan upgrades you to unlimited uploads for one of your accounts. So like Instagram, unlimited uploads, and then like Pinterest, 30 uploads a month and one user. You can see you get a little more advanced stuff. You get to see 15 latest posts, share to Facebook and Twitter and all that on your solo plan. Duo is where you would want to link more than one account. Now here's where the tricky part comes in. If you decide to upgrade to the Duo, you get 2 social profiles, but really that basically means like 2 Instagrams, and you get 2 users and you get unlimited uploads on all of those. If you go with the solo plan and then decide to upgrade to the Duo, keep in mind, if you link 2 Instagram accounts, then you're not getting 2 Instagram accounts and 2 Pinterest. You're just getting 2 Instagrams. So that may throw you off. So like if you don't need more than one Instagram profile, then you don't need to upgrade to the Duo. So really, solo is a good one to go with. Custom would be if you had several accounts that you needed to manage. That's where you would do a custom, and they'll help you like figure out what you need, and the pricing varies. So I'm recommending the solo right now, and I have a referral code that I think gets you a discount. I think it does. So I'm going to put the referral code in the description for this video, so be sure to click that if you're interested in a plan. And one thing that's really important to mention, I'll link these help pages on here too, is if you have there's different profile types for Instagram. So you want to make sure you know what kind of profile type you have, because it'll affect what you can and cannot do with Planoly. So with a personal profile, you can upload, plan, and schedule. The Planoly Sell It is a whole other thing that's a whole other paid thing. With a creator profile, you can upload, plan, schedule. You get analytics, you can view and respond to comments. And with a business profile, this is where you can automatically post things like images and videos. So if you have a business profile, that's what I have. That's where you can automatically post things. If you have a personal profile or a creator profile, you can use this same thing where, let's go back to the plan, where you can schedule your posts. So like, let's say like when I do this collage and the banner section, it's for a full week of content at one time. So you can go through and write your captions, schedule your post, do all this. Instead of auto posting, it's going to give you a pop-up on your phone that says, hey, you have a post scheduled to go out at 10 o'clock right now. So it brings it up on your phone or your tablet, and it will take everything. Let's see. So what it'll do is is it going to give me everything? Okay. So it'll take the image and download it to your phone. It'll take everything you've written for your caption and copy it to the clipboard on your phone or your tablet. And then you just open up Instagram like you're starting a new post, and your photo will be there, and you just click it. And then when you go to do your caption, you just press and hold and hit paste, and everything you've done is there. So even if you have a personal account and you're not a business account, or you have a creator account, you can still use the schedule feature, and it'll help you like plan out your posts. You can sit down like Sunday night or Saturday night and plan out your posts for the entire week and write your captions. I typically write my captions like the morning of or the night before, but I will plan out everything at the beginning of the week. So it's all good, all ready to go. I know what I'm doing. I know what videos are going out and everything. So it's really handy. Sometimes I'll do something like this. I will probably do a flip through of this sticker set. So I would come back and just swap out this picture for the video file, and it can go up like that. So it's a really handy tool for planning out all your posts. So if you're looking to post more for 2021, because we're in a new year, maybe this is a goal is to, why are you whining? Maybe your goal is to plan more posts, to be more active on social media. This is a good way to do it, even if you are not a business profile. You can still do this. So even if you upgrade your page, your Instagram, to a creator profile, that might be something that it gets you more analytics, so you can see. Well, I guess we can look at that. Y'all want to look at that? Let's look. So analyze. Like I said, I'm on a paid plan, so I'll see more. But your analytics, you can see, how many likes you've got, previous week, current week. I think with a paid plan, you get more. Like you can go back to like a year, as opposed to a free plan. Maybe you can only do like a week or a month. But you can see, what's doing more. You can see your audience information. Obviously more of you ladies are looking at my stuff, but you can see all kinds of stuff with your analytics. And you can go for like a year if you're on a paid plan, I think. So you can see, wow, that's a big growth I've had in the past year, which is fun. But if you're wondering which Instagram profile that you have and how to change that, this page, like I said, I'm going to link it, shows you how to look under your account settings on the app, and you can switch easily, from a personal account to a creator account to a business account. But that's easily done on your app, and you can obviously do more if it's a business profile. But even if you're a creator, or personal, you can still use this as a great way to plan out your posts. And I recently linked my Pinterest, so I haven't done too much with that. But just to give you an idea of where that is, up here at the top, if you click this, you can see any account you have linked. So let's see, let's look at the Pinterest. And we'll look at this. So once again, just to give me something to throw on here, these are just some of my Etsy graphics for my listings. And these are Instagram stories I created in Canva to turn into Pinterest posts. So they can go here. You've got scheduled versus published. Okay, so it shows more of like, these are things that I've collected on that Pinterest account. This went out this morning. But when you do a pin, let's look at how that looks. So you can see it. You can do the title, description, a URL. So if you're linking to an Etsy graphic, an Etsy listing or something like that, you can put that there. You can choose your board that it goes on, the time it goes out, and all that. So that's really handy. One thing I will say that is important to remember if you're new to this, Planoly is a partner with Instagram, so that's how they can, do this really easily and follow their guidelines and everything. One thing that you cannot auto post, if you do have that feature to auto post, is you can't auto post carousel posts. So if it's like, up to 10 images you can do in a carousel. You can't automatically post those. So it'll be the same thing where you can schedule it and it downloads everything to your phone, to your clipboard, and then you just select and paste. The same way with stories. Stories do not automatically post, but it'll work the same way. You can schedule it and it downloads it to your phone. You click post now and it's good to go. So I feel like that was a lot of information. I hope I haven't been talking too fast. I don't want this video to turn into too long of a thing. If If you guys want me to do any follow-up video to this, just let me know in the comments, you know, message me on Instagram, whatever. I will do more on this. And if anyone is interested in a an Airtable video, let's see, I think I still have, no, I don't have that up. Oh, I do. Okay, so Airtable, just if anyone's interested in that, is another way to plan out your social media posts. These are spreads that I've collected. Some of them I've already done. Some of them have not gone out yet on Instagram or social media or whatever. So Airtable has become my go-to for planning out spreads. So you can see that I've got a ton. My internet's being slow. I've got a ton of posts that I've collected of just screenshots that need to go out. This is kind of like my library of what goes in my planner collages. So if you guys want a video on that, that's an option too. You just guys let me know. But I guess that's going to wrap this up. I can do a part 2 if you guys need anything else. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.